Welcome to the American Dream, a show that started right here in San Diego, America's finest city, that now spans positive media all across the country, real stories in real neighborhoods. Hi, I'm your host, Craig Sewing, and here's the American Dream. Welcome to the American Dream, a real show, not a reality show. The real estate, the lifestyle, the culture.
It's not just about what you're living in, but the community you're going to live in.
High-rise luxury living.
People are the vehicle, people are the connection, people are the expansion.
Helping folks just like you find your dream home.
It just never disappoints.
Real stories in real neighborhoods with real experts. The opportunity to achieve our biggest goals and aspirations.
Here's the American Dream.
Welcome to the American Dream. I'm Patrick Rebman, your host. And as you can see, just hours earlier, I was in the ER with an Achilles tear. But the show must go on. So I am here in Eau Claire, Wisconsin at one of the largest and longest running outdoor music festivals in the nation, Country Jam USA. If you like country music, cold beer, and unforgettable fun, you will love this music festival. Hosting some of the biggest stars in country music and thousands of country music fans, this event is one to remember. So come on, let's join the fun and let's get this party started. I'm with Kathy Wright, Festival Director for Country Jam USA. Kathy, I know you're a busy woman. Appreciate you taking time to talk to us.
My pleasure. Welcome to Country Jam.
So you've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah.
How many years has it been?
I started with the festival in 1993 when I was in college, working in the bars, and eventually just kind of worked my way up to Festival Director.
What's the Country Jam experience like?
It's an amazing evening to sit outside. You listen to some great live music. It's summer in Wisconsin, so our evenings are spectacular. And so we have about 1,100 campsites.
Oh, wow.
350 of them have full electrical hookups. And the campground really is its own little neighborhood.
This is a new venue for you here, though, this year, isn't it?
It is. We spent 33 years along the banks of the Chippewa River, and this is our first year at our new venue here at the Eau Claire Event District. This new space is amazing, and I can't believe we got it done, and we're able to welcome our guests this year.
Let's talk about the performers. You get some big names here, correct?
We do. Tonight we've got Priscilla Block and Whiskey Myers and Tim McGraw on stage. So definitely top-end country music artists. And, you know, they've been doing the fair and festival circuit their entire careers, and they love this type of environment. You know, this is an evening of great country music. Our campgrounds are amazing. Sitting in the gates with 15,000 of your closest friends listening to Tim McGraw. It's a summer night in Wisconsin, and it just doesn't get any better than that. I think we should go meet some of those friends in the campground.
That sounds like a great idea. We are here at the Country Jam campground with Jimmy. Jimmy, where are you from?
From Colorado Springs, Colorado.
That's a long way to come.
15 long hours.
What's your favorite part about Country Jam?
The drinking. No, the people and the concerts and everything, just kind of going out and having fun.
Tell me a little bit about your compound here. It looks like you got a compound.
It's awesome. It's nice to be out here with friends, and we got 4 of them, so we've got plenty of room. Everybody's friendly here in the Midwest. It's not hard meeting new friends, right?
Jimmy and the group, I appreciate you taking time to talk to us. Yeah, I appreciate the beer.
Yeah, not a problem.
Hey.
Thanks for stopping by.
I want to thank Country Jam USA. I want to thank you, our viewers, for showing up. My name's Patrick Rebman, your host, and we'll see you next time on The American Dream.
So good to see you on this episode of The American Dream. I'm your host, Amy Ruzick. Today we're at the annual Results Foundation Golf Tournament in the wonderful Bunker Hills Golf Course in Coon Rapids, Minnesota. And we're going to track down John and find out what it is he wants to let us know about the foundation and what his vision of it is for the future. Come on, let's have some fun. Here we are at Bunker Hills Golf Course, and I am with John Colopy, a mentor and a visionary, someone all of us here at Results absolutely adores. Is this the biggest fundraiser for the Results Foundation?
It looks like it will be for this year. You know, we do a number of holiday events and we do some other activities. This looks like it's going to be very good. It's very popular with our sales executives, which is what you need to be successful in fundraising, is find something that people like to do. This has turned out to work very well for us. So my guess is this isn't the last time you and I will be sitting at this table.
Can you tell us about some of the organizations that the foundation partners with?
Well, you know, the executive director of the foundation, for a while it was Blair Molitor, now it's Kathy Chimento again. They listen and select and bring ideas to the board of directors. And the board of directors is ultimately who's going to decide who gets the loot. If I get a vote or asked or opinion, I lean heavily to ideas that are going to help people in housing. Get their first house, find a place to live, to build a life again. And so if I had to say where does most of it go, I'd say to housing. But we do have some children's things we do, and we do have some charities from my late business partner, Bill Sonder, that we still honor, but it's a little bit toward housing. Since we started the foundation, so far we've given over $500,000 back into the community. And we still have assets to continue giving, and the amount we receive for donations varies based upon the economy. And so the future, as I suggested, is when I leave Earth, Results Mortgage, Results Title, and RE/MAX Results, all those companies are going to the foundation. 20 years from now, I hope we're really doing well and helping more and more people in our community. Everything we get is from the people in the community. So we got to give back. It's just what I believe. And you know what's funny about giving back? Not only do you help people when you give back, you feel better. You help yourself. Makes you feel good about that. So that's what we're trying to do.
Well, thank you, John.
Thank you.
We really appreciate it.
No, I appreciate you having me.
Well, thank you for joining us at the Results Foundation Annual Golf Tournament. As top producing agents in Minnesota and Western Wisconsin, we can go a long way to help support John's vision. Remember, conscious decisions on how you spend your money can always go to help other folks. Thank you so much for joining us on The American Dream.
Hi, I'm Krista Wolter, realtor and lifestyle expert, and I am here at one of my listings today to show you how we have revamped and taken the old and the new, put it together, and really made a home that buyers are wanting to make an offer on. Just to give you a history of this home, it was on the market last year. It did not sell. It had offers that the sellers were not happy with, and so that's where I was brought in to say, what can we do to make this home appeal to more buyers? I want to show you before and after and where we made the biggest difference. So one of the biggest transformations in this home is the formal dining room. And while wallpaper is back in style, we have to be very careful that it's not too taste specific for buyers that are going to be looking at this home. So we did have to remove the colorful wallpaper that had been here. We removed the heavy window treatments. We staged with new furniture. And then we also did, or what I always say, added the jewelry to the home, which is the beautiful chandelier. When we are getting ready to prep a home for sale, it is not about changing everything in the home. It's really about picking and choosing what can we change and what will have the most impact on the sales price. So for this home here, this kitchen was very dark with the cherry woodwork that had been in place. So we hired our painter to re-enamel the kitchen cabinets. We had him do an accent color on the island space. We added new hardware. Handles are so important, just like the new light fixtures. It really is the jewelry of the home. And lastly, we are in the family room off of the kitchen. And this room is another space that was transformed. It had a lot of faux painting on the walls, so again, very taste specific. We repainted, got that to a neutral palette, and then we also took and did some white enamel on some of the architectural details in this space, along with adding incredible sconces that are above the fireplace. And then we also refinished the wood floors and took away the cherry stain that had been on them to do more of a brown stain, something that is a little bit more in trend with today's buyer. We are here today with Jess Ford, and she is a real estate agent from the Nashville area, and I'm so excited to get her perspective on the Minnesota market and how does it vary from what you've been seeing in the luxury real estate market from the Twin Cities to Nashville. What do you see as one of the differences?
I think the most exciting piece is going to be just the character and the variety of the homes here in Minnesota. It's much different than Nashville. Nashville's a little more cookie cutter, standard homes. Minnesota has much more excitement in terms of the character of the homes here.
Is there anything that stands out in your mind for what you've liked or what you've seen?
You come in with a fresh perspective on how to list a home in a way where it's going to be conducive to the widest audience of buyers, and you pay such great attention to detail, and that shows in the details of the cabinetry in the home, and everything from, making it a white kitchen to clear the slate and create more of an inviting space.
Well, thank you, Jess. Those are very kind words, and I have loved having you here. So I look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you, Krista, for having me, and it was my pleasure.
And that's a wrap for this beautiful home, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode of American Dream.
Welcome to our latest episode of American Dream. We are coming to you from a beautiful home located in Eden Prairie in a development called Settlers Ridge. This community has everything that somebody would want. There's a pool, there's a playground, there's trails. We're located just minutes from everything, right by the Mississippi. This is a very convenient location, and this home doesn't miss on anything. It is a custom-built property with 5 bedrooms, 4 baths, and just under 4,700 finished square feet and a 3-car garage. Let's take a step inside and check it out. Welcome to the Oasis in the Woods. You literally feel like you're in a treehouse here with all the wonderful foliage. Like I said, we're just steps off of the river, so you get wildlife year-round. This home has all the amenities that today's modern buyers are looking for. You have a great at-home office that anyone would love to work from, with patio doors that walk out to a really lovely secluded front patio. It also offers a formal dining space that allows ample entertaining. That flows nicely into this wonderful, luxurious gourmet kitchen with a eat-in banquette space. You have an 8-burner range, which is awesome for cooking. And then you flow into this nice casual living space complete with a fireplace. What a wonderful spot to cozy up on movie night. And then the lower level is really a great escape. You have a full bar down there, a nice built-in large TV space, exercise room, and a 5th bedroom. This house has everything. The upper level boasts 4 really generously sized bedrooms, including a primary suite that is amazing with 2 his or hers closets and a very spacious bath. This home has everything that today's buyers are looking for. Just minutes from the city, shopping, trails, and restaurants. The location is private, yet so convenient. This is a listing not to miss out on. So we are at the Mustard Seed, which is a darling little locally owned greenhouse, landscaping resource, garden center that has a lot of really fun events. And we are here with Corey. So tell me a little bit what sets you guys apart from just your run-of-the-mill garden center.
I think the big thing for us is the knowledge staff. You know, I've been in the industry for over 30 years. Our project manager's been in over 30 years. We just have a lot of people that have been doing it pretty much all their life. And each of us specialize in a different area. So I think that's what makes us a little bit more unique than some of the other places you just go in and they don't really know the plants. Also our variety, I have a huge palette of plants that I can choose from for landscapes. So we have a huge variety of different plants, perennials in particular.
And I know I see on the real estate end, I tell people landscaping unfortunately doesn't last forever.
Nope.
And not all shrubs are meant to be there forever.
Yep.
So you really do need to give a refresh to things.
Yeah.
They kind of have a lifespan too.
Yep. And then I just heard something the other day that they said the average person owns a household for 7 years right now. So that household is changing people and everyone has a little bit different taste on what they like. So sometimes it's just some minor tweaks to get a certain color in there or something like that for them just to make it look a little bit more beautiful for them.
Well, I know you guys are doing a really fun event, and if you can just kind of talk briefly about, you're doing a pollinator event on the 21st of October.
We started doing pollinator events about 2 years ago. And it just really is starting to pick up more and more, especially with the rain gardens and stuff like that. There's different county grants out there. So we're doing a lot with pollinator plants and native plants in general. It's really starting to just pick up slowly and slowly. It's getting more and more interesting. So we did a little pollinator talk last year. We're doing it again this year. It was well attended. So it's just a little bit of knowledge of what makes a native pollinator plant more friendly to the bees than some of the hybrids and models that we use, varieties.
Thank you so much for your time today and sharing your knowledge with all of us. There is so many wonderful things going on here, and I think everyone's going to be really excited to see it.
All right, well, thank you for stopping out today.
Thank you. Thank you for joining us on this latest episode of American Dream. This has probably been one of the most fun and educational segments we have done so far. Thank you so much to the lovely people at the Mustard Seed. You got to see a beautiful home, learn a little bit about pollinators and bees, and we look forward to seeing you next time on the next episode of American Dream.
The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day in Minnesota. Specifically, we're in Dinkytown. We are now entering peak good weather in Minnesota, end of summer, early fall. We always hope for a long fall. Anyways, today we're gonna hang out with one of my friends and restaurant owners of Nashville Coop. We're gonna see what's going on with one of the hottest new restaurants in town. And then we're also gonna check out a condo, see what it's like to be living up in the clouds. All right, RF, thanks for meeting with me today. We're in your restaurant, Nashville Coop. If you've never heard of it, what's Nashville Coop about?
So it's a southern style chicken mixed with Ethiopian spices. So expect a lot of heat for sure. Our spices range from Minnesota nice all the way to clucking hot, which, you know, we nicknamed it 24-hour pain because, you know, you'll feel it in the morning.
How long have you guys been open? How long have you been in Minnesota?
So we've been open since 2020. So right before the pandemic, you know, I went out to California, had this concept, you know, at a different restaurant, fell in love, came back, and, you know, I wanted to get some more. And to my surprise, there were none like here in Minnesota. If I had to get Nashville hot chicken, I would have to go to, you know, a restaurant that serves, you know, all sorts of things, and they carry it as a menu item versus like a restaurant that focuses it on it, and they call it a hot chicken shacks.
Nashville Coop, I know at some point we're going to get in the kitchen, we're going to kind of see what we do back there, but what's next for you guys?
So a lot of our guests, you know, they love our spices, you know, and they've been asking us, hey, where can I get it? I want it at my house. So, you know, we've been working really hard to find a good manufacturer that can really, you know, make that spice for us. Definitely look out for spices in grocery stores.
So if you like cooking on your own, you want to try to replicate maybe 2024 spices coming to you? Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Fantastic sandwich. If you haven't been to Nashville Coop, you gotta check it out. $929 Portland Avenue, 2-bed, 2-bath with a parking space, heated, covered. It's a really cool condo. Great views. You also have a 6th floor veranda that you can use, community room, workout facilities, spa, sauna. There's so many amenities. I didn't even get to the dog park that you can use, right? So really cool place if you want to live in the city. Still close to trails, still close to fine dining, nightlife, theater, arts. I mean, there's a lot this area has to offer. By now you should be noticing a theme. Minnesota and Minneapolis, we have some amazing communities, great places to explore. Make sure you check out Nashville Coop, family-owned business, it's tough to beat that. And then I hope you also enjoyed my listing up in the clouds, 929 Portland, great place to live in the city. Lastly, as we sign off here today, we're on West River Road Parkway. Some would argue some of our most beautiful trails. That's all we have time for on today's episode of The American Dream.
We're here in the Texatonka neighborhood of St. Louis Park. I grew up around here, so I thought it would be fun to show my friend Amy Michelle what goes on in St. Louis Park. All right, are you ready to get started?
I am.
We're here today at Walk in the Park, and this is my friend Karis. She's been here, well, for as long as I can remember. So, Karis, can you tell us a little bit about the history of Walk in the Park?
Well, we've been walking the park for about 12 and a half years, and it's my sisters and I that own it. We just fell in love with Asian food. We've got a Vietnamese brother and a Chinese brother, and so we grew up with Asian culture in our home, and so this was kind of a natural fit for us. And my brother opened up an Asian restaurant that we ran for him, and when we weren't doing that anymore, we wanted to do it for ourselves. So Walk in the Park came about 12 and a half years ago, and our brother Jacob is our chef, and he's the one who came up with all the recipes. And yeah, it's been a lot of work and a lot of fun every day.
So, Karis, can you tell me a little bit about the location? I know Texatonka has its own history and following, so were you specifically looking for here?
Well, so the restaurant that we ran before was in this space. So we've been in this space for a really long time, and it's actually really conducive to Asian cooking. This building was built for one of the first Chinese restaurants in the Twin Cities area. So it was the Kowloon restaurant. It was here since 1959. So and they closed in 1999. So they were here for 40 years. This has always been an Asian restaurant since this building was built. So it's pretty cool. We still have people who come in who are like, I used to go to the old Kowloon. They're drawn here because this is what this space is for. I think this is like what it was meant to be always.
Meant to be.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's pretty cool to be part of it.
Well, thanks for having us in today and for your time and enlightening us. And I so appreciate it. And
so fun to chat with you.
Thanks. I'm here at Axeman Surplus, and this is Sam, who's a buyer for the store. I know Axeman Surplus is a favorite for many people. Would you say you have a lot of regulars that just come by and
we do.
peruse?
Yeah, I started out working here at this store back in the early 2000s, and we still have customers that I recognize from then that still come in weekly. So.
How many stores are in the Twin Cities?
There's 3 stores. There's this one here in St. Louis Park, and then there's one in Fridley, and then the original store in St. Paul is still there.
Tell me about your custom signs. I see that they're on so many items here.
So we deal in a lot of different merchandise, and sometimes we don't know what that merchandise is or was used for. So our employees tend to make up signs that are funny or witty or sarcastic or artful. Try to inspire people to figure out what certain things are and why they need to buy them.
Well, thank you so much for spending some time with us today and showing us around Axeman Surplus.
Of course, anytime.
Texatonka has always been a really strong community. It's been fun watching it get regentrified, and all of these newer local businesses are coming in. It's fun to watch, and it's fun to watch them succeed. So
everyone seems to have such a strong passion for community.
They definitely do. And as these spaces are filling up again with great businesses, it's fun to take part, and then it's fun to come back to places that are, old and familiar.
Do you know how long this has been here?
Longer than me. Thanks for joining me on this trip down memory lane. I'll see you next time on The American Dream.
Well, I hope you enjoyed today's show, produced from America's finest city, but shot in the heart of your neighborhoods. Don't forget positive media when the world really needs it. Follow us on social media at The American Dream TV. See you next time. In the meantime, cheers to your American Dream right now.
I don't think they heard me the first time.
Does this ever get old?